Trevin, the way the schedule has worked out for you, you've been a part of some pretty big fight cards throughout your UFC career. Is it still like kind of special when you get to these moments, or is this just like, hey, I'm just used to going to the big arenas, the big pay-per-views?
Um, Honestly, I haven't really given that too much attention. It's great before the fight. You're looking at it and you're like, oh wow, I'm going to be a part of this. Especially this card. This card, to me, is one of the best cards that I'm going to be on. But yeah, usually I don't really pay much attention to that, just because at the end of the night, it's going to be me and another guy in there fighting. So I just try to stay focused on business, what matters.
Nice. Another undefeated fighter as well, another undefeated guy that you'll be in there with. They seem to give these to you quite often. I guess, what are your thoughts when they give you names like this as a matchup?
Um, on one hand, it's like a compliment to me. You get these guys that are coming in that are good. And the UFC, to me, I feel like they're just trying to see how good they are, or if they're as good as what people think they are. And I'm a name that they think of. So to me, in a way, it's like the UFC is saying they recognize how my talent. But I would like to start getting more names and stuff too. Not just the new guys coming in.
I like it. What do you think of Gabriel as a fighter? I mean, you watch a lot of tape. You've broken down his game. What do you think of him as an opponent?
I think he's good, man. The guy's he's a good fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. He has some decent boxing, and then he kind of pairs his I guess takedown attempts pretty well with that. Get you worried about his boxing, and then get a takedown on you. And then he has good transitional submissions. He's quick to grab at him, right? And that's, for the most part, that's when he's getting them. But I think that he's good. I think that he's a real competitor, and I'm excited for the fight.
You're kind of well entrenched in the welterweight division now, but the guys you fought at middleweight, they're having quite a bit of success. Do you ever think, like, maybe that was the right division for me?
No, I feel like, right now I'm at 170. I can't really afford to feel like that, right? I'm getting ready to take another welterweight fight. I know that I did great things at middleweight. But I feel like I'm not giving away height and weight, and to me, I was a small middleweight. Now I feel like I fit in a little bit better at welterweight.
Nice. Last thing for me, like you said, you beat the new name, the undefeated guy with the finishing streak. Do you feel like you deserve, I don't know, a ranked opponent at that point, or what's on the calendar, or the to-do list after this?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I should be able to get a ranked opponent or somebody or a fight that's going to get me, in conversations to fight a ranked opponent. But I don't really think it's about what I feel. Hopefully the UFC feels that, and the matchmakers will make that happen for me.
Over here. At one point in time, you were the undefeated fighter and the young undefeated fighter in the UFC. Is it dangerous to be undefeated, making your UFC debut, putting up a few wins because you haven't really tasted defeat in your career?
I don't know about dangerous. I think it's all about the guy's mentality. Obviously has momentum behind him. But I do know when you're undefeated, you're always wondering, okay, well, who's going to be that guy that does it? Because there's so many ways to lose in the sport, So I think with that, I think that could possibly bother him, or anybody that's undefeated. And also just, he's new to the UFC, so, and this is a pretty big card, So I'm interested to see how he performs. But I think it is going to be a great fight.
How do you think his jab is?
It's not better than mine.
So that was going to be my next question. He said, because I brought this up to him because, you said you've had the best jab in the UFC. He says, well, mine's probably quicker than his. So you're
No way. No way. We get to fight, I respect that. That's cool, But no, I highly doubt that. But I guess we'll find out.
Can I get your thoughts on the main event between Justin and Dustin? Who do you think wins the BMF belt?
Oh, man. I like them both, man. I'm a fan of both the guys. That's really hard for me to say. I'm going to go ahead and I'll say I'll lean towards Dustin.
Trevin, right over here. How much do you take into account your experience, your 11 fights over his lone UFC fight?
I think experience always plays a role in fights, especially when situations start getting tough or things aren't going your way, or it. I think that it definitely plays a role, but it's not. It's nothing to. It's not too much of an edge. You know what I mean? I mean, he's coming in and he's got something to prove. He's hungry and stuff. So it's just going to depend on I guess how he deals with adversity. Yeah, I really just think that's it. I mean, if he can deal with adversity well, then it won't be too much of an edge. But if he can't, then he'll be in trouble.
On your social media, you posted some of your artwork as of recent. I'm just curious, has that always been a cool outlet for you?
Yeah, somewhat. It's just something that I kind of just started doing again. I was always interested in that, as drawing and stuff when I was younger. But whenever I'm getting like I know I shouldn't be eating and I'm hungry and I need to be busy or something, I might go up and start drawing something just to kind of keep that away.
Who are some of your favorite artists that you want?
My favorite artists, I don't know the names of any of the artists. I'm not like big on it like that. I don't draw often or anything like that, but I mean, I just see stuff on the internet. I don't know.